I'm not really hungry, but I'm gonna eat something. So I'm snacking. Oh God, they're gonna block this. Cash at me any amount. $, I am your God, 2, any amount. God will speak through people to talk to you. But if you're not in the spiritual realm, you won't be able to understand it. So don't be offended when the devil brings his haters. And even the haters get frustrated. So what they do is they lose focus and control. They blow their cover because they're overzealous. And they used to seeing you not stand still. But when you deliver yourself to what is already written and you fall deep in love with the understanding of that word and that principle, how you supposed to move, they get shook. Because see, they don't think you got it together. They waiting for you to make a mistake so they can capitalize. We might not be able to all understand why we're here on this earth, but it triggers those who are haters. And if you're tired of having that negative energy in your back to focus on trying to set somebody up, or you were sent and you don't want to do the task no more, I guess you would blow your cover. You know what I mean? Somebody that don't want to be with you or be around you, at some point or right away, they're going to reveal who they are. Uh-huh. See what you made of. They know somebody who's better than what they've ever been, and they can't handle it. I deal with complex situations all the time, every night. And I make it look easy when it's not. Because if I make a mistake, it can be very detrimental. But I'm like, no, but I'm just like all the others who do the same thing. When you're challenged and you have to still under stress produce, that's not easy. You can either fight or flight. It's up to you. Not everybody's built for the struggle. And we're not talking always physical. It's a lot of mental struggle. I was listening. So, I was listening to Terrence Crawford on Club. Well, no, not Club Shay. I was listening to him on Ocho Cinco and man, he got sued for all that money. I forgot his name. Shannon Sharp. And Terrence Crawford said it was written, and he's right. But he hangs with the Black Israelites, so he's aware, he's woke. He's sharp with his mind. A lot of people think he's not bright, but he is. He just don't have command of the language. Like, people would like him to, if you will, because he's in the public eye. But he's a man of little words. He's just like, let's get to the point. That's what I'm stating. Tighten up, people. Again, it's getting very, very dangerous out here. And it's getting closer and closer to your front door. But you don't have to consume all of it where it makes you fear. We've been fighting all of our lives. People of color. This ain't brand new to us. We've been having to stand up, duck, dodge, play a role. So much so that no matter what I say to you right now, or how I try to speak in my professional environment, they're never going to listen to hear me. The only thing they're going to constantly do is pay attention to hear my voice. Not for reasoning, not for problem solving or, if you will, critical thinking and solutions. They just want to actually hear my voice. Maybe so they can repeat it to somebody else and make them think that they said it for the integrity and the historical perspective, or the digging, hunting, prying. And then again, some people do want you displaced and removed. I'm challenged every single day, and I have to act accordingly. And it comes out of nowhere. White supremacy, extremists, even black ignorance, and the ones that think they're holding some sort of allegiance for the ideology of white supremacy, they do the same thing. hmm But y'all don't hear me though. You only want to hear a jigaboo, or a step and fetch it, or a spook, or a gopher, or a buck broken. You don't want no black man with integrity. You can't even speak about they can do it, but you can't do it. That might get you like a chessboard, your position knocked off the board because you're a pawn on the chessboard in their world. I did my part while I was here on this. Well, I'm still here, but while I was out there in the growth of trying to become something, I did my part. And all along the way, by me trying to get a collegiate experience, education, collegiate experience, I had so many situations that I may never have got to where I'm at. I'm letting these young people do it on their own. I'm not getting involved in that. And I'm not consuming all this mess in my psyche. I'm paying attention and being focused. You know, tonight, while I was taking care of my professional endeavors, if you will, there was a couple of situations that happened. And I still stood strong because I was prayed up and I was prepared. But it was an eerie quietness. But I don't want to speak in detail. I'm sorry, I wish I could, but I always save myself from legalities and just, you don't have to know everything. Behind the closed curtain, sometimes less is more. But, you know, there was things that was brought to my eyes, my third eye, my wokeness, that made me just like, oh shit, this is real. This is real. The dynamics are real. The punishment is real too. Y'all don't hear me though. The way in which I'm walking, the way in which I'm walking, you know, when you speak out to other people and it's hard for them right away to accept you. And then when they accept you, it on their terms. And you were like, okay, well, I ain't gonna keep on trying to make my presence felt. I'm just gonna sit back in the cut and just chill. They come at you. It's like you trying to talk to this woman all this time and she don't want to have nothing to do with you. She ain't like you at first. As soon as she see you talking to another woman, she get jealous. It clicks in. And you walk by her and you ignore her, not meaning that she spoke to you, ignore her. You just don't pay her attention no more. Then she talks to you. Just a little example right there with that part. But when you loud, sometimes it's not appropriate. But when you just sit back and let it come to you and you handle it with maturity, that's more powerful than you'd ever want. You don't even know how to take it. I got offended by a situation that happened to me. I got offended. Big time. And that person was very aggressive and wouldn't let up with what they wanted. I said, this motherfucker was sent. This motherfucker was sent. But I passed. And it used to be, me and my brother Kango used to be out there selling that shit in Ohio. And we had cars pull up all the time. And we do that hand in hand. I'm just keep it real with you. When I was in Detroit and Flint and Ohio, Indiana, we had to do what we had to do. Putting in work. And they will send them to you. You gotta know who to give it to and who not to. And that's some real shit. But y'all don't hear me though. All situations are not meant to take advantage of. Even when it's right there in front of your face. I seen Fresh and Fit, a couple of them dudes talking shit about old boy, I'm not gonna pull his name up, on my little bitty nobody's listening platform. But he's worried now because he knows it could happen to him. But the person that continues to troll the whole world, CW's out here spewing his mouth and think it's a joke. Some people in groups you don't play with. They ain't taking it like we might take it. You can't be saying some of the things that you say and think everybody's gonna play around with that again. And again and again and again. But y'all don't hear me though. Everything. I understand homeboy was talking crazy in the streets, spewing white supremacy talking points. I used to work, I'm going to give y'all something. I used to work in Los Colinas at Glenn Beck Studios. I did, me, this little small, ignorant black dude that y'all think ain't did shit. And that's a nobody. I worked at Glenn Beck Studios in Los Colinas, the Blaze, for 4 years. And I would hear all that conservative talk all the time. I meet the guests when they come in, and the majority of them spoke and act like Candace Owens. And, you know, I was like, this can't be real. But it is. They live in such denial. It's pathetic. It shouldn't be allowed to walk around an alter ego as well as in a delusional state of mind on earth and get the same privileges and the same rights that are punishable by the ones who do make mistakes or brash and direct. You shouldn't be allowed to flip-flop. It's not a game. You know, like the man who did wrong by that girl, to that girl on the train. Look how many times he was able to go out here and walk this earth and do wrong, and the court system allowed it. I don't think that's fair. But some ways, sometimes, hold on, y'all. Hold on a second. I'm trying to take this top off. Y'all don't hear me though. I get challenged all the time, man. I get challenged all the freaking. Prayed up, you know, to survive stupidity. This is just, I'm snacking. I didn't even order anything. It's just cereal. The other night I ordered, I know what I want to eat. I want to eat some corned beef hash, some scrambled eggs, some toast with jelly. And this would have been along with it. However, the restaurant that I want to get that from doesn't open for a while. God is so good. I had money. I'm moving along. This ain't about no teaching right now. I'm just speaking out loud. I had money coming to me that was supposed to go in my account. And over here on this bat phone, if you will, they go to bat phone. It's ready to get its ass to work. They kept on, my bank kept on rejecting it. Like it wanted to accept it, but it kept on doing me a favor and saying, nah, that's not enough. Nah, that's not enough. Lo and behold, it kept going up, the offers, because they kept calling me back, telling me, we sent it to your bank, but they sent it back. We sent it to your bank, but they sent it back the third time, because the back phone ain't on all the time. I turned the back phone on. I got a shitload of emails. I'm like, what the hell? I called back, and they in a sense of urgency to give me way more than I asked for. I said, ain't God good? Now, I can't understand why they kept on rejecting it, but they kept on rejecting it. I really don't even need it. So I'm trying to think, should I accept it or not? But see, when you pray, God won't let predators, you know what I mean, get to you. He'll keep you protected. Hold on. Just like today when the old boy came up to me and was speaking that crazy shit, I could have came from around that counter and showed him better than I could have told him what I would do. But I kept my composure. And I said to myself, while I'm sitting there tapping my hand, he looking me up and down. Now, I've been challenged like this many times by white folks, but I never was really challenged by I'm just gonna let you know, Hispanic. And I'm saying to myself, okay, okay, I feel your frustration. Okay. He was so desperate to get me to communicate. You know how I've been on jobs where water cooler conversation or you working, especially when I work in mental health, because it is mental. Some of my coworkers, when I first got there, about 2 or 3 weeks in, I wouldn't even talk to them. I come and do my cases, go and do my home studies, turn my information. We sitting in the meetings. I say what I had to say to the manager, and I wouldn't even have no type of social rapport with them until somebody comes along and want to try to physically fight me to open me up, figure out why am I walking around with arrogance and thinking I'm better than them. Well, no, I don't think I was doing that. I was just going through some stuff. That had nothing to do with them. But I didn't want to sit around telling my business to them. So I had to wait till it subsided. And that's what I chose to do. The workplace is not always the healthiest to tell your personal business, especially when you tell it and all people don't process it the correct way. And then they're looking at you funny. Y'all don't hear me though. It's amazing how all y'all want to do is tear a person down. You can't support them. You won't give me no damn cash out. I haven't heard this thing ring yet. $, I am your God too. All you gotta do is send me something. But you can't because you're too damn stingy. All y'all want to do is hear me rap. I was watching Young Jeezy tonight before I got to the trap. And he had a full orchestra. He was dressed, suited, and booted. At the first part of the show, then he broke it down and got into his gangster shit. Mm-hmm. But y'all don't hear me though. You know, sometimes when you put it out there, just because you have a crowd show up in big numbers, it don't matter if it's uh, big enough for like the House of Blues or a football stadium. You gonna get what you give. There shouldn't be no target on your back if you're not talking crazy. But you just can't walk around the world talking about bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks and think that grandmas and mothers and women who are real women are going to accept that communication, no matter if you're in an alter ego or if it's entertainment and music. Mm-mm. But y'all don't hear me though. I was listening to the Star Report, and he was talking about, do women have split personalities? Y'all can look him up on YouTube. And he was using, you know, a white man gotta be the one to validate every fucking thing. So he pulls up a video where it's back in the day where he was speaking from a psychological perspective, you know. Oh my God, like we can't tell that it's more to life than the validation from a Caucasian, okay? But that was his source. Instead of allowing them to be multitasking and then having what is considered to be um, selective communication and masking, or less is said is more. That's what I state. That's how I look at it. You ain't gotta tell it all. But yeah. So he was speaking about, do women have, you know, split personalities? Multiple personalities, split personalities, whatever it may be. I think it's all about men being lame, in my opinion. They're easy manipulated. What's wrong with seeing it from that perspective? You have to be very masterful to to be able to escape the lust inside you, which will break your rational and cognitive thinking when if you're attracted to women, she gonna get the upper hand on you. They have that gift. But it's also a curse. If it's utilized the wrong way. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and act a fool right now. More and more pieces coming over me as I get out of my financial debt and grow closer to a sense of obedience for where God wants me to be. Because I could act reckless. I know what I've been doing all my life. And I still was able to function. However, when you grow up, you think better with clarity. It's age appropriateness. A crash dummy came at me today out of nowhere, y'all. And I fucking ducked that motherfucker. And they could be sent anytime. Like that dude that was up on that damn roof, just like with the one that did the same thing to Trump. You know? These fools out here trying to do whatever they can to stop. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. This ain't the healthiest eating. It's only a portion of something that I put in my system. Don't think this is what it is. I could be sitting here with anything like I told you. I know what I want, but it's just the fact that it's too early. But I know I'm not going to get it now because I'm already filling up on this. And I didn't feel like ordering IHOP because I ordered IHOP and they didn't deliver. when it was en route, I waited like 35 minutes and about maybe 7 minutes to the drop. Oh boy, canceled, so I don't know what the reason why. But I said, you know what? Y'all hurt my feelings, whomever and however. So I said, I'm not gonna mess with him for a while. Cause I had that on my mind. Some pancakes was coming. No, some French toast was coming, I think. If I remember correctly, French toast with some eggs, with some grits, with some sausage. hmm We gotta do better. Kenny Thorne's out here crying like a baby. Many people getting fired from their job talking about that man. About their opinion about him. That rabbit hole runs deep. He had his last words I'm gonna say about it, he had a following. hmm That's white on white crime. We've been dealing with that all our lives. Black on black crime. I meet you at the crossroads. hmm Yep. I thought I was gonna be able to make it out the building with just like clear. Uh, well, my mind's not doing what it was before. Like I'd go to a deep sunken place. It kind of pissed me off what he came with and what he said. He challenged my professional integrity, but I took it well. I used to have a little white man come there every day and was doing the same damn thing, challenging my integrity. I owe them nothing, but they want to hear my voice. They want me to communicate with them. And whatever I say, they want to internalize it and do something with it. tell you a lot of white folks who ain't got no black folks to take their anger out on them. It comes from far places. They try to find them a group that match what they looking for. Whereas black folks, we take it out on each other because we're right in front of each other. Yes indeed. But again, y'all don't hear me though. I thought it was freedom of speech. I thought we were allowed to say what we wanted to say it. And we got a First Amendment. That shit only works for some. Others is thank you to the chef. Others is it's a little bit different. I don't know. But I gotta break it down. Cause I'm gonna get up off of here. Ladies and gentlemen, the place to be. I am the trap guy. Okay. To the to the D to the T. As somebody tripping and I'm hitting these bars so hard in the streets, saying, no man, I'm in charge. Hold up. You pray for this. Let me open up the first let's get with it. As I spit it in the around the night. Hold me back and then it's just a recite. I'ma see my vocals and you understand. Who that black man that's kicking it on this and on that? But they hang from a tree, under the key, and they whip us and they beat us and they drag us. I don't really understand the plan, but they gon' try to trap us, my man. Many ways to try to dissect this situation. I've been out here praying to this United Nations. Ooh, I'm the truck guy, the rapper. Ooh, I know it's just so hard. Ooh, this red, black, and green with the white and the blue. What the hell we gon' do? It's the code of the streets. It's just a blue one. Woo, woo, woo. Code of the streets. I guess a blue one. I guess you went rogue, huh? You're lost in the understanding. I'll be out here getting it, and I'll be out here spitting it. Put me on the stage, I'm a duck in the dive, in my dreams, from the dreams and the nightmares too. Who that talking? Who that rapping? Hello there. I said hello there. I mean hello there. Trapping, rapping, K to the O to the D. I'm in the trap for life. You see that hand in hand right there? Woo, woo, woo. I'm in the streets for life. Only my wicked ways, only these days. Every time I get any kind of way, I'm really up on the chance to get. Hell yeah. Remember my name in the streets. Look, I don't know what you're thinking about, but you better pay attention. Because the real ones are the only one that truly survive in this life. Gangsters don't really live long unless they in the zone. Like me. KOD testimony. I love y'all, man.